Hey folks, it's me, Earl Partridge, and today I want to talk about the mechanics of manipulation. Somehow it's 2025 and we're back in an age of propaganda. Didn't think I'd see this happen again, but there you are. So I figured I'd hop on here and talk about what manipulation is, why manipulation is, and how to spot it in the wild. First things first, what's manipulation? It's an indirect and covert attempt to control someone else's thoughts, emotions, or behavior in a way that overrides choice. If your emotions are available to you, meaning if you're not in emotional repression, then most forms of manipulation will feel invasive, like someone's crossed a boundary. And that's because in order to control someone else's thoughts, emotions, or behavior, you have to get them to believe something. Could be something about themselves, could be something about other people, could be something about the world at large. But in any case, manipulators are going to be attempting to add something, a belief, identity, or worldview, to your experience. Their hope is to get you to doubt yourself and to trust them. But why? Why would people want to do that? Short answer, because they're scared and they need something from you. Maybe it's agreement, maybe it's money, maybe it's safety in numbers. But in any case, people don't just manipulate for no reason. They manipulate because they're suffering. And I feel like this is important to add, even when they're pretending like they're not. Feigning happiness is an incredible tool of manipulation, especially if the manipulatee is unhappy themselves, meaning they're emotionally repressed. The whole reason I do these videos and I'm talking about the mechanics of manipulation is for people in emotional repression. And here's why. Because you are more susceptible to happiness feigning, propaganda, and manipulation. When we're in an emotionally repressed state, we actually can't trust ourselves because we don't know how we feel deep down. So we're forced to live in a state of denial and self-doubt. We're also constantly attempting to get our needs met from something or somebody outside of us when we're repressing emotions. That's what repressing emotions initially was, an attempt to get love or safety from mom and dad. And manipulators can smell this. They're happy to play mom and dad for you to get what they want. Which brings us to the first red flag of manipulation to watch for, the promise of salvation from some authority, be that human or supernatural. If you hear someone say something like this, I or we or God or Spirit can offer you salvation, enlightenment, peace, eternal life, presence, love, oneness, or even protection from the bad, evil people out there in the world. Run. That's manipulation, even if it feels good at first. They're trying to get something from you, okay? That's parasitic. Which brings us to the second red flag of covert manipulation. As I mentioned earlier, they're going to be trying to add something to your experience. Instead of inviting you to subtract from what you're already believing that's causing you suffering, manipulators will almost always add. Remember, they need you in emotional repression and self-doubt in order to get what they want. And so handing you the tools of deprogramming and showing you how to end your own suffering via subtracting beliefs and resolving emotional repression would bring you further into self-trust and autonomy where you don't need mom and dad's love anymore, and that would totally screw up their plan. So, if you sense that you're being reprogrammed versus deprogrammed, meaning you're being asked to believe certain things, especially with a group, then you've likely been manipulated into some variation of a cult. And the final red flag for today, enemy making. As I mentioned earlier, manipulators, in order to maintain the parental role that they have in our lives, need us to perceive enemies. Another way to say this would be, in order to get their unmet needs met, manipulators need to add a them and us worldview to our experience. They need their manipulatees to be afraid, dependent, against someone else. Basically, children. So, if you find yourself as an adult in a relationship in your life with a person or group or organization or institution where it feels like it's a child-parent relationship, odds are you've been manipulated. So if you'd like to deprogram, subtract, resolve emotional repression, grow up, then tap the link in the caption of the bio. But only if you want to. I'm going to be fine either way.